is to understand the problem by providing what is asked in the problem and what are the given facts. Then second step, we're going to plan what is the operation to be used and what is the number sentence. The third step is solve for the solution to the problem. And the last step is check and look back wherein you're going to write your final answer.
In our given, a rectangular garden has an area of 12 meters squared. If the length is 4 meters longer than the width, what are the dimensions of the garden? When we say dimension, we are talking of the width and the length. Okay, so first we're going to sketch this rectangular garden. Then we're going to take all the necessary informations that we need so that we can set up an equation. So it says here that the length is 4 meters longer than the width. So the length is relative to the width. So we have to identify what is the measure of our width. In this case, we have no information. So we're going to use variable x to represent this unknown measure of the width. So our width is represented by x. Our length is 4 meters longer than the width. So this would be x plus 4. Then for the area of our rectangular garden is 12 meters squared. Now, notice that it is a rectangle and we're talking about the area of a rectangle. Recall that the formula in finding the area of a rectangle is width times length is equal to the area, wherein in this case, our width is represented by x and our length is represented by x plus 4. So we're going to multiply them and we're expecting that the area is equal to, which in this case is even, supposed to be 12. So this will be now our working equation. We will start working this one. So we're going to use our skills in algebraic way solving this one. So recall the lesson in multiplication of monomials by a polynomial. So by distributive property x times x, this one is x squared. Then x times positive 4, this gives us positive 4x, we write down equals 12. Now, we want to rewrite this into ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 so that we can factor this. So we're going to do that by subtracting 12 or adding negative 12 to both sides because you want this to become 0. So minus 12 to both sides. Then this one becomes x squared plus 4x minus 12. Then on the other side, we're going to eliminate this one, 12 plus negative 12, that is equal to 0. Okay, so it is just another way of transposing positive 12 to the other side, it becomes negative 12. So next, since x squared plus 4x minus 12 is a factorable expression, so we can factor this into this way. So quantity x plus 6 times quantity x minus 2. Okay. After this, we're going to equate both of them into 0. So x plus 6 is equal to 0 and x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then we're going to solve each of them. We'll start with the left side equation. So minus 6 to both sides because we want x to be left here. So write down x and 0 minus x is negative 6. Okay, the other value of x is, so we're going to add positive 2 to both sides so that negative 2 will be eliminated and x will be left here, then 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. So we have two values of x, negative 6 and positive 2, but we're going to reject negative 6. Why? Because we are looking for the length or the measure of a distance. So when we're looking of a measure of a distance, the answer is always positive. There is no negative in measuring the distance. So this one will be rejected. Okay. So since the value of our x, which is represents the width, so our x here is equal to 2. Our length here is equal to 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. So finally, our answer is written this way since it is a word problem. So
the floor area of a square room is x squared plus 4x plus 4. What is the length of one of the sides of the floor? I suggest you have to read the problem twice and find some clues that will help you solve the problem. You need to identify what is or are given and what is asked in the problem. In this problem, the given is the area of a square, and that is x squared plus 4x plus 4. And you are asked to find the length of one of the sides of the floor. Remember the formula in finding the area of a square. A square is equal to side times side, or s squared. By illustration, we have a square with side s. To find the area of a square, we will multiply the two sides of the square. Let's go back to the formula. The formula can be written in this manner. Side times side is equal to the area of a square. We will substitute x squared plus 4x plus 4, which is the area of the square. If the area of a square is obtained by multiplying the two sides, then we can obtain the length of the sides of the square by finding the factors of the given area. Let's find the factors of x squared plus 4x plus 4. To find the factors of a perfect square trinomial, we need to take the square roots of the first and last terms. The square root of the first term x squared is equal to x, and that will be the first term of our binomial factor. The square root of the last term 4 is equal to 2, and that will be the last term of our binomial factor. Since the middle term of the trinomial is positive, then this must be positive, then square the binomial factor. So the factors of x squared plus 4x plus 4 is the square of x plus 2, or the quantity x plus 2 times the quantity x plus 2. Going back to the problem, we are looking for the length of one of the sides of the floor. So we will just take one of the two factors. Therefore, the length of the side of a square is x plus 2.